Good morning, hello everyone. We are group number 3 and we are COMB 110 session 5 students, and today we are going to present a topic which about the speaking skills, and this speaking skills is close related to us because we can apply it in our coming futures, and it can be considered as one of the speaking skills that we should be learned because it can be applied in our job interview. So more important is the concept can be also applied in different locations, such as workplace communication, and also used in the cooperation meeting. The topic is the importance of speaking skills in our job interview. So in the following slide, I will talk about the intention and more detail about our topic, and hope we can deliver our information and our ideology well to us. So this is our member list, and my name is Stanley, and I'm a year 3 student who majored in economics. In the following slide, I will talk about the intention and the detail of our topic. So I will talk about the intention of our topic first. For intention, first of all, in our group, most of the members are graduate within these 2 years. So to practice the strategies and investigate the method in the job seeking is a vital process. It's not a 1 day or 2 day job, but it's referred to a long-term planning and practicing. The first thing that we want to define is our speaking skills. Speaking skill here is referred to the words or the sentences that we chosen for practicing for the specific job. And then because sometimes you maybe use some wrong word to present yourself, maybe different ability can show how you contribute to the company. And you make sure your answer is answer in correct question with enough confidence during the interview process. To define it clearly, I will give us an example. Assume that there has a candidate who calls Stanley, and then he's going to apply a job about information and communication technology. And you maybe need to study the company's history or background well, and then it's only a basic requirement. And what you need to do is also need to present yourself well, what's your ability to suitable to deal with this job. And then it's not only enough to answer the question, but you need to also ask the question to ask the interviewer what is the database used in your company. Is it XML or other database? And then you can also ask how many group members in this database group. Yes, next slide. So we are going to develop 3 main points in our presentation. So the first one is competence, the second one is character, and then the last one is charisma. So I will talk about the competence. So what competence is here? Competence here is referred to 3 levels of basic cognition. So This process is considered as how you memorize some information or the speaking skills here, and how you apply it. The first one is repetition strategies. For example, when you buy a book and learn new words for interview, and this process for you to memorize. The second one is elaboration strategies. It's about how you apply your memory. It's as a role of the interviewer and the interview. For example, when you and your friend is going to apply a job, then you two can ask tools and ask each other in order to enhance your interview skills well. The third one is the important strategies. Important strategy is how you apply your speaking knowledge for more improvement. It's not enough to study the book's knowledge. The last one is the ability to construct the knowledge in the interview. So this four steps is very vital and interacts to each other and cannot be removed. So this all for my part, and I will bring to pass through to Johnson and talk about some other main talks, which is about Kevita and Charisma. So welcome, Johnson.
Thank you, Stanley. So just now, my partner Stanley has talked about the points of competence. So competence means one's ability, right? So it is the basic factor that decide whether you can get a job or not. So there's a low possibility that you could make the checks on the job interview. So, but our topic title is the importance of speaking skill in job interview. So for the competence point, actually there's not much place to show your speaking skills that can be helpful to let you get this job. So the coming 2 points I'm going to talk about character and charisma that can be attributed to the speaking skills. So the first one is character. So everyone has his own character, right? But we couldn't say which character is absolutely good or absolutely bad. So we try to show our characters that fit in the job position. Just like some people like candy, and while some other people like chocolates. So, for example, if you want to apply for the job of a football team coach, you are more likely to show your characters of outgoing, talkative, and good at communication. Because lots of the time you have to communicate with your teammates, and you have to manage to teach them how to play football well, and that is the main part of the job. So if you want to apply for the job of a computer programmer, maybe you don't expect to show that much outgoing parts of your face, because most of the time you probably just facing the computer screen, and then you don't need so much communication. So the outgoing part can be omitted when you are applying for the computer program. So the next one is charisma. Charisma, I separate those in 2 parts. The first part is trust, the second part is passion, confidence. So for the trust part, here means in the job interviews, you don't expect you can tell a lot of lies, because even you are well prepared, sometimes the question asked by the job interviewers is unexpected. So if you tell the truth, the interviewers can tell. And people's relationships built on trust is actually true. So if you tell lies, maybe you could lose the chance to get this job. And the second part is passion and confidence. passion here I mainly means that the passion and the enthusiasm that you whether like this job or not, and you have to be put many efforts and put many times on preparing for this job interviews is also a part of the showing your enthusiasm to this job. And confidence is your personal charisma. So here's a simple ways to show your confidence is that when you are talking to your interviewers, then you can keep the volume of your voice up. So it's easily a way to show your confidence. So the next part I will give to my partner Michelle.
Okay, thanks. And from my part, I will introduce more about how to gain confidence, character, and charisma in your interview. I will give some tips to help you to improve the ability to deal with the interviewers. I think the most important part during the interview is you have to give a best image to the interviewers. Arrive on time, be neatly and appropriate dress. For example, you have to dress like that professional suit, and also be friendly and meet the interviews with a friendly smile and a firm handshake. It make you feel, make you be a polite person. And also, I think be confident and don't fumble as your talk is also important. And also, I want to recommend you is don't act over familiar as the interview progress. The second one I want to share is communication is not only about talking. I really love this sentence. It's from textbook. About 10% of communication is represented by what you say, 30% about how you say, and then 60% by your body language. It means that during your interview, it's not only the word you say is important, but also the body language, how you sit here, nod your hand, and move your leg is also important during an interview. And the third one I want to share is during an interview, I recommend you to overcome and try not to speak more about your shortcomings and describe your success stories as more as possible, and don't lie about your achievements. Employers like to hear about how you learn new skills or granting knowledge in order to complete a project. Overcoming deficiency demonstrates to the interviewers that you are the sort of person who is able to learn on the job and as a result get the job completed. And the last one I want to share is some recommendation to avoid during an interview. The first one is avoiding your weakness and the mistakes. For example, I used to make mistake when creating corporate presentation, and it's better to not highlight your negative personality. And the sentence just like I think I can and maybe I could should be avoid uncertainty during an interview. Thanks.
Thank you, Michelle, to present her part. I'm EP. Now I will present normal answer of interview question. And this is the common question of interview. And I will choose one to explain. For example, what can you, above all the other applicants, bring to this job? This is about test your character problem. And the meaning of behind the question is the interview is directly asking you what your unique selling point is, and that's they are looking for at significant reason that you should be their number one choice for the job. And my suggest answer should be I am a key decision maker in different groups and clubs. And so, for example, FBA president, and I have developed successful relationships with key decision makers in nominal companies, and enabling me to achieve a sales conversation role much higher than arranged. This is undoubtedly a very challenging role requiring considerable drive and determination. But I believe my previous sales record is clear evidence that I am more than capable of achieving what is that you need.
What's your management style?
Passionate. Passion.
And what's your biggest weakness?
Being stubborn. Stubborn, I think.
Okay, give me one reason why I should hire you.
Because sports is my passion.
I'm really passionate about football.
Really like a football.
When you are looking for a job for an interview,
teeth are brushed.
If you look good, you feel good.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
Painting them that out.
Okay,
Yes.
Reens. Okay. And so you liked it when we were walking hand in hand?
It made me feel comfortable, yes.
Oh, interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for your time, I suppose.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mr.
bye.
Ross, have a very nice weekend.
Thank you.
Sorry, are you sure?
I'm fine. I'll get a little water in a second.
Okay, you say now.
Stay away, please.
If we're talking about money, how much money do you think you would like to have for the position? Last time this happened was at a disco.
The disco day?
Fire and passion or cold and calculated?
I would say cold and calculated because...
Wrong answer.
Fire and passion. Other people get infected by my enthusiasm.
You think I'm getting infected right now?
We need to go. Come, Simon, Mr. Ross.
Okay.
Please. Come on, we need to get going.
Missing a hand here. Can you help us, please? Can you help us, please?
There's a fire or something.
We have a gap here. Sir. This one. Hold your weight back. Okay, he's okay. Okay.
Dunchbrier, Brand Helicon, created job recruitment through social networking in the interview. Job interviewee asks the same question and get the same answer from the interviewer and from the interviewee. and the job seeker jobs, and then the company decide to test the job seekers. The job seekers will face a series of certain problems, and the interviewer will be able to observe their resilience and attitude. The interviewer certainly flanked in the process and then incline someone jumping in the process, and these are all interview exam 1. The final selection of 3 job seekers who lead to role for them. The most roles can be on Juventus vs Chelsea champions legal sides. Accept the final test. Finally, one of the job seekers was selected. Complete by 10,000 of fans on the sense of the approach. The big screen shows his successful interview problem. In this fact, we can clearly see that potential employers are more tend to competence, character, and charisma of the job seekers. This is a formation process of better image delivered to the mind of potential employers in the short time. And this all of my part. I will pass the microphone to Michelle to conclude our presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, EP. And then we'll give a conclusion about our presentations. Even if you are asked a question about a duty you have never performed before, be truthful and say that you have not performed such activities or tasks is much better than you try to lie about the achievements. And instead of expressing uncertainties, display confidence about accomplishing the task and give valid reason describing the skills and the knowledge you can bring to the job is much better. And thanks for your listening our group 3 presentation. Can you tell me what is your strength?
Actually, I'm professional, responsible, and composed.
Humble, realistic, extremely hungry for improvement. If you don't get this job, what is your backup plan?
I don't believe backup plan, because if I have backup plan, it means that you are not in fighting hard enough for what you really want.
Backup plan? You know what? I don't have a backup plan. And there have many companies want to hire me.